There you are. Made the papers again?
Oh. Oh. That's not too bad, actually, as far as pictures go.
You don't read a mention.
That would be asking too much, to have my face and my name in the same paper. Have you seen this, darling?
No.
Don't you want to?
Not really.
Oh, it's a photo of me at that thing I went to the other night.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh, I thought it was quite nice.
Oh, come on, Mum. You look like one of those sort of hopeless hangers-on trying to edge your way into the limelight.
It's obvious that you're in a fairly rotten mood this morning, but there's no need to take it out on everybody else, all right?
Is it because of Scott?
I do think you're a bit rude, don't you? I don't understand why, when you get in a bad mood, you have to take it out at home. It wouldn't have hurt to have shown a little interest in the photo.
What do you expect? She wasn't in it.
This is between Angela and me, Wayne.
Excuse me for breathing.
And will you close the door, please? Why did you tell me what's bothering you, eh? Come on.
I've never...
Never what?
I've never been so unhappy.
What's going on in there?
Search me. I tried to be sociable and got the evil eye.
I suppose your father's pandering to her again.
When doesn't he?
Right.
Despite what you say, I still like him.
I used to.
No, the trouble is you still do.
I thought he was different.
Well, I think he is.
Oh, how can he be? I mean, when he humiliated me like that. He knew she was pregnant the other night on the beach.
I know it sounds corny, but we all make mistakes. At least Scott seems willing to accept the responsibility for his.
It doesn't make me feel any better.
Well, it should, if you think about it. Right?
Maybe.
Well, I've got some things to attend to.
You won't tell Mum, will you?
And if you don't want me to?
Or Wayne?
No, won't tell Wayne.
Thanks.
Finished?
Yes, Wayne?
Can I have $50?
What for?
There's a lunch on at the yacht club.
What about your own money?
It ran out.
It always seems to run out. You're earning quite a reasonable salary. What happens to it?
If it was a reasonable salary, it wouldn't run out, would it?
Yes, well, I suggest you...
Look, Dad, I want some money, not a lecture. Now, can I have $50 or can't I?
No. Wait. You and Angela seem to have a friendly sparring relationship, but sometimes your timing's lousy.
She can take it.
Not when she's upset.
All right. In future, I'll check to see if she's upset before I spar with her.
That is not what I meant.
Forget it.
I thought you were going out for lunch.
Funny, so did I.
What happened?
Oh, nothing much, just a small lack of cash.
Oh, bit of a stumbling block. Do you mind?
I asked Dad for some money. Naturally, he said no.
Don't say it like that.
Well, you'd think I was still at school and not allowed to have any more pocket money. Get some sort of kick out of it.
Oh, come on.
Well, he must. Otherwise, he'd give me Granddad's trust fund money. I mean, it is supposed to be mine.
Yes, when you're 25.
If I'm going to blow it, I'll blow it. 2 years isn't going to make any difference.
Pass me my bag.
I mean, I'm not exactly stupid. I know it's a lot of money. And I know Granddad spent his whole life making it.
How much do you want?
100.
100?
Just in case.
Oh, you must be hungry. Here you are.
Thanks, Mum.
Can I interrupt for a minute?
I haven't got long.
I think it's time we talked about Wayne's trust fund. What does that mean? You don't want to talk about it?
No, it's just that it's typical of Wayne to have manoeuvred you into taking up his case.
He didn't maneuver me into anything. I think you're keeping the reins too tight on him. You treat him like a schoolboy, makes him look silly in front of his friends.
In my opinion, he's not far from a schoolboy. He's immature. If he gets his hands on that money, it won't last 2 minutes. He'll fritter it away.
You don't know that.
He has no concept of work or the value of anything, and until he does, I keep control of the family finances.
Meaning my opinion doesn't count?
I didn't say that. I respect your opinion, but you're no businesswoman.
I was enough of a businesswoman to get us where we are today. Perhaps you'd care to remember that sometimes.
Oh, what a drive. Oh, last haul from Liverpool. That's the killer. Anything?
No, not much. There's a bit on page 6, but it's only a few lines and there's no picture.
No. What does it say?
Crowbar killer spotted. Police in Melbourne say that a man sought for questioning in connection with the brutal murder of a factory manager was chased through several streets before he managed to escape. Police followed the man over several backyard fences before losing him in a crowded street. That's about it. They don't mention my name.
Oh, well, you're small fry up here. What about the other one?
Couldn't find anything.
Oh, well, good. The less publicity, the better. Well, aren't you feeling relieved?
I suppose so.
Oh, talk about enthusiastic.
I think I'll turn in.
Any conclusions?
Look, I don't know.
Well, I was only asking.
Look, it's going round my head. Just doesn't make sense. My brain feels like someone hit it with an egg beater. I reckon I need a good night's sleep.
Don't we all?
If I can get to sleep.
Good night.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
There's nothing on television. Can I get you one?
No, thank you.
It's freeze-out Gordon time, is it?
Don't be silly. I'm trying to write a letter.
I'm sorry about this morning.
Are you?
I do credit you for a lot of our success.
So you should.
I thought with the kids out, we could have a bit of time together. We don't seem to talk much lately.
I'm never going to get this finished if I stay here. I'm going up to the room.
I said talk. I meant talk. I've been thinking about Mumbai a lot lately.
I think you spend half the time there, in your head.
I wonder how things would have turned out if we'd never left.
I knew it.
What?
As soon as you get into one of these let's talk moods, you always end up wondering that.
It's fair enough, isn't it?
Oh, you're a country boy at heart, aren't you?
I guess I am.
We wouldn't have any of this if we'd stayed.
No.
What?
Oh, I was remembering how you looked that first day at Manly Terrace, sitting there on the steps holding Angela, trying to stop her crying.
You always have to spoil it, don't you? This letter's urgent. I'll see you in the morning.
And that's what's been going round and round in my head. I remember Bill saying something about Sam being on the phone when he was attacked. I didn't take any notice at first because when I got to Sam's office, he was lying on the ground and the phone was off the hook. There's only one way Bill could have known. And that's if he was there when Sam was on the phone. And if Sam was on the phone when he was attacked, then Bill must have been the attacker.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mention any of that in these.
And if it wasn't in the papers, I don't reckon it would have been on TV. Damn.
Why, what's wrong?
I just thought of another way. The police could have told him.
Or Mrs. Self could have told them. Or maybe it was in a newspaper clipping that I haven't already got. Or maybe it was on TV. I mean, who knows? But I'd say you're right. Look, when you went down to Melbourne, you thought you were going down to your best mate. How did you reach the point where you thought he could be a murderer?
How?
Well, I'm asking you. All right. Now, was Bill mad at Sam Selma, too?
More than me.
Right. And has he got a bad temper?
I saw him go up once. It was like a volcano. He was really weird with me when I was down there. The way he looked at me. Something in his voice. It wasn't because of the cops. That wouldn't worry him.
Yeah, well, I'd say he was as guilty as hell. The last thing he wanted was you nosing around. I mean, that's why he dobbed you in.
I thought he was my mate.
Oh, come on, darling. He's running scared. Unfortunately, you haven't got a leg to stand on.
Susan!
Supposition. What?
If they're getting married, they can't. I've got to do something about it. It's engaged. Who the hell will be calling him this time of the morning?
Yeah, I don't care if it is cheaper. It's a stupid time to ring. Look, at 6:30 in the morning, I'm not in the mood for a lecture on getting up early. Yes, the wedding's on. Why shouldn't it be? Oh, didn't think it'd make the Brisbane papers. Huh? It's your granddad. He wants to know if the wedding's still on. He read in the papers about John turning up. You want to talk to him?
I'll put the kettle on.
Dad? Yeah, look, you'll be down here today. No, I'm not trying to put you off. We'll talk about it when you arrive, eh? Yeah, goodbye. Too honest for my own good. Should have told him it was off and then I wouldn't have to put up with him. How was work?
Oh, I'd help notice my last shift for a week.
I'll murder him.
I'll get it. It'll teach you to hang up on him. Make the tea when it's ready. You're not very popular, Grandad.
It's John, Susie.
What do you want?
I'm glad it was you who answered. I've got something important to tell you. Is anyone else up?
I said, what do you want?
I want you to call off the wedding.
What?
I want you to call off the wedding. Are you there?
You've gone around the bend.
Susie, you've got to listen to me.
You're not making any sense. Why on earth should I call off the wedding?
I know you're not going to like it. But I know it was Bill who dobbed me into the cops the other day. And I know why he did it. He's trying to cover up for what he did because he killed Sam Selma. Did you hear me? I said he killed Sam. You mustn't marry him.
Go away.
I'm serious, Susie. Promise you won't marry him.
I said go away and leave us all alone.
What's happened?
Nothing.
What did he say?
It wasn't Grandad. I've got to go out.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Selma Warehouse?
Hello? It's John.
What do you want?
Did Susan give you my call?
She doesn't believe you.
You can't marry a Bill not after what you've done.
I don't know where you get this crazy idea that I killed Sam, but you're wrong.
How did you know he was on the phone when he was killed?
What are you talking about?
When I was in Melbourne, you said Sam was on the phone when he was killed. How do you know?
I must have read it.
It wasn't in the papers.
Well, I don't know. Someone told me then.
Listen to you, mate. You're packing it. You did it, didn't you?
Wouldn't you be packing it if some guy calls you up and starts calling you a murderer the day before your wedding? Anyway, I've got an alibi. I was with Mum when it happened.
I know her, Bill. She'd say anything you wanted her to say.
I told you what to do. If you're innocent, go to the police. You're not going to be convicted.
Is that what you thought when you dobbed me in?
I'm hanging up now, John, and I'm going to call the police. And don't you try and call me or the family again, or they'll trace it.
Just a minute. If you love Susan, you can't marry her. The truth will come out. It's got to. And where's that going to leave her?
You going to call back?
No.
Thanks. Bye. Oh, Daddy. You should have been there. We won in straight sets. I can hardly move a muscle.
Run yourself a hot bath.
Oh, I'm going to. Did the dress arrive?
It's on your bed.
Good, I'll wear it tonight.
No, don't remind me.
Remember, you have to save a dance for me.
I saved them all. Your mother can chat up the stuffed shirts.
Oh, we'll make a wonderful couple.
You will make some effort to mix, won't you? After all, that's what the evening's for.
Oh, I thought it was for charity. I do hope I haven't got too fat for this.
Oh, I'm pleased to see she's out of the doldrums. Let's hope she keeps it up tonight. Ah, lovely. And you thought you were getting fat. Oh, what I'd give for your figure.
I suppose that means another $100 dinner you'll pick out like a sparrow?
All in a good cause, darling. Is Wayne ready yet?
Nearly.
I'll go and hurry him up. I want all the family to arrive together.
She's in her element.
Me too. I'll wait in the car.
If you don't want to go, I'll sort it out with your mother.
Just because you hate these dudes doesn't mean everybody else does. Come on, a few beeps on the horn will get Wayne moving.
Don't stand in the light, love. It's hard enough gilding the lily.
Sorry. Did you tell Scott?
The yarn I spun little Miss Muffet about a certain baby. Luckily, the subject hasn't come up.
I bet luck had nothing to do with it.
You're learning. Up here for thinking. Grab my shoes, would you, dear? Scott seems to be losing interest in Angela anyway.
How come? You thought she was the aunt's pants.
Oh, I suppose after a closer look he realised that all that glitters is not... Oh, thanks very much, dear. Oh, it's such a relief to know that he's being sensible about it all.
What about her?
Well, if I'm any judge, we won't hear any more from that quarter. I mean, now she thinks that you and Scott are an item. She'll give him a wide berth. She's too proud not to. God is sending these wrinkles to punish me for lying. Oh, poor kid. If she did fancy him, she'll probably think it's the end of the world.
Well, it was a great night.
Oh, stay and have a drink with us, darling. Wayne will be back in a minute.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm so tired. I'll fall asleep standing up. Good night.
Night-night. See you in the morning.
Night, love.
Oh, tonight was perfect. Oh, you might have been bored, but I had a wonderful time. So did Angela. Did you notice how she spent most of the evening with Simon Armstrong? He didn't even look at another girl. Can't you sit down for 5 minutes?
I've got work to do.
I've got an idea. Let's throw a party. We can ask the Metcalfs, Simon and his mother, and...
What for?
Well, I know Mrs. Armstrong's a bit of a tartar, but she's very influential, and...
What are you cooking now?
Well, nothing, truly. All right. I would love Simon and Angela to get together. Oh, what's wrong with that? Simon's lovely. And you've only got to look at Angela to know they'd be perfect together.
You don't seriously think that she liked being with that clown all night, do you?
She looked very happy.
It was an act. Nothing but an act. Sometimes I wonder if you've got a maternal instinct in your body.
Gordon?
Boy, it's hot. Whose idea was this?
Yours.
Oh. How long have you been staying at Aunt Fiona's?
A while.
That long, eh? And who'd you make breakfast for before that?
Let's make a deal. I don't know much about you, and you don't know much about me. Let's keep it that way.
Boy, it's hot.
Where are you off to?
Oh, 3 guesses.
If I get it right, will you come and have a look at this list?
List?
Guest list for the party. I told you at breakfast. There might be somebody you want to add or somebody you want crossed off.
I don't mind. I'll leave it up to you. Bye-bye.
her party and she couldn't care less.
Well, she just had a birthday party. She might not want another one. How's that? There are other things on her mind, too.
Such as?
Well, my bet is she's headed straight for Manly.
What would she want to go there for?
Scott Edwards' country.
She's finished with him.
She might think she has.
Hi. Good to see you.
Uh-huh.
I left you mad because I haven't
I
called.
know about you and Jill. I just didn't expect to see you all over it, that's all.
Hang on.
Do you mind?
What's all this about me and Jill?
Fiona filled me in. About Jill's baby. Your baby.
You're crazy. Fiona had no right.
Of course she did.
How do you figure that out?
Oh, if you'd been there, if you'd seen how snooty she was when she arrived.
Says you.
Look, Fiona was doing you a favour. You should be grateful.
You're kidding? Grateful that she told a pack of lies about me? I bet you did your bit. Fiona?
She'll be out all day.
I'll wait. By myself.
Keep that up in the wine, it'll come off in your hand.
Here she is. Oh, look where she's parked. Darling?
Scott's with her.
Jill?
You should have seen her. I bet she let herself get...
What's going on?
She's having his baby, all right?
Who's Jill? Oh, whoever she is, it serves her right. And thank you, lucky stars, you're not in the same boat.
For God's sake, Patricia, have a heart. Well, what did you expect, love, going down there? When you think about it, you're not being fair to either of them.
Would somebody like to tell me what the hell's going on?
Later, okay?
Thanks. It's bad enough without Mother.
Why did you go down there?
Oh, just dumb, I guess. I wanted to sort things out with him.
And?
You don't think I could talk with Watson in there, do you?
It'd be better if you kept away. Scott's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah? Better for who?
I have to tell your mother all about it.
Go for your life.
Got a minute? Oh. I know, I'm the worst in the world today. Father's already made that clear. Never mind.
Mum.
I'm sorry about before. I guess I just couldn't resist saying I told you so. I could, see it all coming, you see, because I've lived a lot longer than you. Spread that around and I'll kill you.
You were right.
Only because I know what it's like to fall for somebody who's totally wrong for you. It's what growing up is about. You learn that there's much more to love than physical attraction. If I mention his name in 6 months, you'll say, who's he?
I'll ring Angela and tell her it's a lie.
What will that achieve? You've got an out. You don't ever have to see her again.
I want to clear it up.
You're making a huge mistake.
You're a liar, Aunt Fiona. That's what I can't hack. That you lied to me. It was none of your damn business. She thinks I'm a heel.
Do you seriously believe that she spends her whole life worrying about what you get up to?
She might. She probably would have given time. How do you think that makes me feel?
It's the least of your worries. You're not going to see her.
Yes, and I'm going to tell her I love her. We'll sort out whatever we have to sort out together.
Oh, Johnny.
If you don't like it, stiff.
Now, Johnny,
save
please.
your breath.
No, please, Johnny. Johnny, please. Now, you can call me a busybody and a liar. Maybe I am. But there's something you don't know. Please, Johnny, shut the door. I've done everything to avoid it. But believe me, I am telling the truth now. The reason you can't get involved with Angela Hamilton, she's your sister. I didn't want to tell you.
No.
It's true.
It's not even a good lie. If you want to split us up, you can try better than that.
I've got proof. Patricia and your father came here one night 20 years ago. She was pregnant. She gave birth to twins, you and your sister, Angela. Johnny, you mustn't lay blame for what happened. A week after you were born, she left, taking your sister with her. Your father never saw either of them again.
Didn't he go after them?
No.
Didn't he even try?
There was no point. He felt that whatever it was that got them together, it had gone.
Since I met Angela, all along, you knew how I felt about it. Why didn't you tell me before?
I was scared. You can't afford to let anyone know who you are. Now, until you clear yourself, you must just forget about them.
No.
But you'll put yourself in jail.
I don't care. I've got to get to know her. I want to know why she walked out.
The Patricks, Helen Donaldson, of course, Murray Beck.
He's boring.
So, the Patricks, but try leaving them off a guest list. Besides, Murray Beck's niece is quite attractive.
And rich.
See, Angela isn't the only one I think about.
And don't worry, I'll do all right for myself.
Aren't you supposed to be at the stud?
I will be, after lunch.
You're supposed to be there at 7 o'clock this morning. Andrew Dennis had an appointment to inspect the Pico gelding.
Jeff fixed that up. I told him all about it yesterday.
Jeff is your assistant.
So, he's assisting me.
You're supposed to look after special clients yourself. You'd better get over there and make sure everything went all right. It's an important sale. And Wayne, don't let it happen again.
The inspection go all right?
We could have done with a bit of warning, Mr.
Well, that's
Hamilton.
how it went.
Well, we didn't have the horse ready, and Mr. Dennis wouldn't wait. It didn't look too good. I didn't even know who he was.
If you're asked, you were given full instructions yesterday. Understand?
Well, Mr. Dennis said he was going to phone Mr. Hamilton. I think he means your father.
You don't know the full story.
You know what Dennis said? He thought he was dealing with a professional stud. Now, we can't afford to lose money for any reason, let alone Wayne's social life.
That's not fair.
Isn't it?
Well, perhaps he put a little too much faith in that idiot assistant of his.
Jeff's a good worker. Now, if Wayne had instructed him like he said this morning, then why didn't he know the client's name? Because he was told nothing.
one or two problems at the stud, Dad.
You think I don't know that? We'll discuss it in the study. Okay. I'd like to hear your side of it.
Well, there seems to have been a misunderstanding over my orders.
In what way?
Well, Jeff...
Oh, give me a straight answer for once. Did you lie to me or didn't you?
All right, I forgot about it. I was stupid not to say so in the first place. It won't happen again.
I'm making sure it won't. For the moment, I'm putting on a new manager.
I'm sacked?
You haven't treated the job responsibly, and I expect you to work under the new manager. Maybe you'll learn that a job isn't something you fit in between your social life. I hope you'll accept it. We'll review it again in a few months.
Why?
Your friend didn't waste any time, did he?
He gave you that job as a favour to me. Now, I think I'm entitled to know why you'd leave after only one day.
Well, why do you reckon? I spent all day thinking about my mother. I have to try to get to know her. I'm going to ask them for a job.
What, the Hamiltons?
Can't you see? It's the perfect way. At least I get a chance of seeing her. And Angela.
Suppose he doesn't give you one.
Gordon Hamilton will. He likes me.
All right. Suppose he does. What about the risks? How long do you think it'll be before you open that big mouth of yours and tell them the truth?
I won't. Before they find out about me, I'm going to know all about them. I'm going to have a wash.
Come in.
It's only me. You're not going to work too late, are you, darling?
I don't think so. Why?
I worry about you when you get tired. Now, problems never seem quite so serious when you've had a good night's sleep.
Did you have any particular problem in mind?
Well, the way you overreacted with Wayne.
Patricia.
Gordon, you did overreact. Now, admit it. Taking away his job after one mistake.
It was not one mistake.
You've always been such a fair man, darling. I think the least he deserves is a second chance.
I'm not punishing Wayne. I'm trying to do the best thing for him.
His job is important to him.
I'm sorry. If he knuckles under and shows that he's learned by what's happened, then I'll reconsider in a few months.
I'm making a big mistake.
Patricia. Patricia! I'm sick of fights whenever the kids are mentioned. Can't you trust my judgment for once?
No.
Gordon Hamilton.
It's Scott Edwards, Mr. Hamilton.
Oh, if you want to talk to Angela, I'm afraid she's gone out.
Actually, I want to talk to you.
What about?
I prefer not to discuss it on the phone. Is there some time I can see you tomorrow?
Let me see. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock? How does that sound?
I'd appreciate it.
Right. Tomorrow morning, then.
Thanks, Mr. Hamilton. Bye. So far, so good.
What kind of a job?
Anything.
Why come to me?
I got the feeling you liked me. I thought you might give me a chance.
Despite the fact that you have no references.
I'll work hard. I'll work a week with no pay, if you like. See how I go. If you're thinking I'm using my friendship with Angela, you're wrong. I guess you know things between us aren't too good.
You're certainly keen.
All I want is a chance. If I don't work out, get rid of me.
I will.
You'll give me a job?
You're not so fast. You might not like what I have to offer. I need a stable hand. It's not a particularly pleasant job.
I'll take it.
You start in the morning. 1 week's trial. With pay.
Thanks, Mr. Hamilton.
There's one proviso. Whatever happened between you and Angela, well, that's between you two. But if you do or say anything to deliberately upset her, don't bother stopping around for explanations.
Fair enough. Thanks again.
What are you doing here? If you've come to see Angela, I'm sorry she's out.
No, I came to see Mr. Hamilton.
What for?
A job. I start at the stud in the morning. I'll be seeing you about, Mrs. Hamilton.
Well, did he say why?
Oh, he muttered a few platitudes about giving the lad a chance. He even tried to tell me he came here on his own initiative.
Oh, didn't he?
No. I think your father hired him to spy on you.
That's being a bit melodramatic, isn't it?
Common sense. Scott provides your father with a pair of eyes at the stud and gives you some competition into the bargain.
Competition? Him? Give me a week. I'll get rid of him.
I hope so. I don't want him sorting things out with Angela.
Not much chance of that with a pregnant girlfriend around. Angela's not into sharing.
I think Scott Edwards knows which side his bread is buttered on. There's nothing to stop him dumping the other one. And with Angela seeing more of Simon, that's the last thing I want.
I'll handle it.
Good.
What did you do that for?
Looks like your father just broke the news.
I've given Scott a hard, unpleasant job, and I don't want you making it any harder.
You know I can't stand him.
He's an employee. You don't have to socialise with him. He needed a job, and I gave him one.
Well, you shouldn't have.
Why? Because he hurt your pride? You'll get over it. I respect him for accepting his responsibilities. He got the girl pregnant, and he's standing by her.
Don't you care about me?
Of course I do. But Scott had the guts to come all the way out here to ask for work.
Oh, the nerve, you mean?
Guts? Nerve? Doesn't matter what you call it. I've made my decision, and I'm sure it's the right one.
There are other jobs, other places. I mean, you don't have to employ him.
I've given my word.
And that's more important than hurting me.
Yes, because you're being childish.
I'm being taught a lesson now, am I? Like Wayne.
Scott keeps the job until he gives me a reason to get rid of him. You can't always have your own way, sweetheart.
Did you know I started work today?
I knew. Don't flatter yourself, though. That's not why I'm here.
You're on time. Yep, that's a good start.
Morning, Wayne.
Wayne will show you the routine. Oh, when the applicants arrive for the manager's job, send them to the office.
Right.
1 week's trial, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Over here.
I thought you were manager.
You want to hang on to this job, keep your mouth shut, and do whatever you're told.
Oh, phew. Oh, you can clean those on the back step, thank you very much.
Nothing wrong with a bit of good old-fashioned horse.
I know it's natural and all that sort of thing, but it's still very much on the nose, though. Well, how was today?
Oh, last.
Oh, did you see any of the family?
Well, I saw Mr. Hamilton for about 10 seconds, Angela for about 5, and I was stuck with Wayne for the day.
Oh, how was he?
Answer your question?
And you say you're last?
No worries. Take a lot more than a bit of horse manure.
Busy day at the office?
Very funny.
The great Wayne Hamilton actually getting his hands dirty. It's a wonder the horses didn't bolt.
2 of them did. I had to go after them.
Now you know how the other half live.
I won't be doing it for long.
Don't kid yourself.
Look, Dad wants to teach me a lesson. I'll be a good little boy and go along with it. And be back managing the place within a month.
You've had it and you can't even see it.
Yeah.
A new manager at the stud means they're going to check the books. How long before they find out someone's had their hand in the till?
No chance. I've covered my tracks.
You hope.
I know.
Oh, well. So what if Daddy doesn't find out you're a crook? He already knows you're completely useless. That's good enough.
Simon, darling, early as usual. Angela's not quite ready yet.
Woman's prerogative.
I'd have been waiting on the doorstep for you. A cup of coffee or drink?
No, thanks. You?
Yes, little place in New South Head Road.
Nice.
Angela really enjoyed the party the other night.
Yeah, we had a great time.
It was lovely to see you together. You get along so well.
I'm very fond of Angela.
Oh, she's very fond of you, too, you know.
Good morning.
The girl herself.
Mother been chewing your ear again.
Darling, I may not be here when you get back, so make sure you give Simon a decent lunch, hmm? You stand up for your rights, Simon.
Oh, I will, Mrs. Hamilton.
Good lad.
Are we going or not?
Morning, Wayne. How's business?
Oh, don't embarrass him, Simon. Oh, didn't I tell you? Wayne's not managing the stud anymore. Won't be long. Just go and saddle up a horse.
It's taking up too much of my time. My investments are far more important.
Saddle up Solitaire for me.
I've already saddled Gemma.
Good. Then my friend can take Gemma and I'll take Solitaire.
Your father said Nicola's the only one allowed to exercise solitaire.
I gave you an order.
I take my orders from your father.
Who am I riding, Angie?
Bandit. I'll take Gemma. Bandit's a real man's horse. You ride like a man, too.
I've had a lot of practice.
And how am I supposed to take that?
Any way you like.
You can make me jealous.
I hope so.
Watch it.
Did she give you a run for your money?
Certainly did.
You'll catch her.
Thanks. It's rude to stare.
I know what you're doing, so don't waste your time.
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, you're trying to get at me through what's-his-name over
really?
there. Really? Let me give you some advice. Don't make a fool of yourself.
You're going to play the big brother now.
If you like. Look, things between us didn't go the way we planned. But don't do anything stupid.
I'll try not to.
Thought you were giving Simon lunch.
In fact, I won't. So keep your advice to yourself. People don't lie to me and get away with it.
Angela?
If I had my way, you wouldn't be working here at all. But as you are, just remember what you are. An employee. I don't know what Mother thought I was going to cook you. It'll take ages to thaw anything from the freezer. We're not what you'd call a practical family.
Doesn't worry me a bit.
Why should it?
Angie, I've known you for a long time now, and I've thought about it for a long time.
Simon?
And I mean it very seriously when I say I want you to marry me.
Simon, I'm sorry, but I honestly never thought you were that serious about me. Oh, it's very nice to be asked, especially by you. But it's not right.
Why not? We enjoy each other's company. We've got the same friends. I think we understand each other pretty well. We could have a perfect marriage.
It takes more than friendship to make a perfect marriage. Sorry if I gave you the wrong idea, but I'm nowhere near ready for that sort of thing. Simon, why'd you have to blow it? We were having such a good time.
I can't help it if I love you. I'm, bad timing, eh? I'd like you to think about it.
We can still be friends.
I think I'll skip lunch.
Angela, come down here at once.
What's all this shouting about?
Why did you refuse Simon Armstrong's proposal?
How did you find out about that?
Wayne saw him at the yacht club trying to drown his sorrows. I want an explanation.
Mother, I don't love him. I've got no intention of marrying him.
You are proposed to, finally, by the son of one of the best families in the state, and you have the audacity to throw it back in his face.
Mother, I don't love him.
Oh, don't be so naive. What has love got to do with it? I have spent years cultivating the right people, making damn sure that you would marry somebody who'd give you everything you wanted. And what do I get as a result? I don't love him.
If he means that much to you, why don't you go after him?
For someone who doesn't know their way around Sydney, you had a pretty good nose last night.
Just followed the noise.
Oh, did I say thanks? Thanks.
Pleasure.
Good morning, kids. I hope there's enough for Jack.
Of course.
You could use some sustenance, couldn't you, darling?
I certainly
yes,
could.
Well, look, you go and have a shower while I do something with my hair. Okay. He'll have 2 slices of toast.
Don't tell me you're shocked.
No. Surprised, I suppose.
There's a lot more in store for you.
I'm off to work. How's the list of the overprivileged going?
Would you believe Mrs. Armstrong is the only one who hasn't accepted? I'd cancel the whole boring thing if I hadn't already invited so many personal friends.
Ah, you give in too easily.
The whole idea of the thing was to get Angela and Simon together. She's made damn sure that's not going to happen.
She's playing hard to get. The next time he asks her, she could easily change her mind.
If he asks her again.
I think I'll pop into his place on the way to the stud.
Wayne, what are you up to?
Trying to clear the head.
Didn't work.
The amount you got through last night, I'm not surprised.
Well, I thought it was the answer at the time.
It might have been for nothing. Had a good chat to Angie last night. You know, she's terrified of your mother.
Really? I suppose Mum can be a little hard-going at times.
Oh, simple answer. You come to my mother's party, make sure your mother comes too. She and Angie can get to know each other on home ground. Angela would feel safer, if you see what I mean.
It's worth a try. Mum can't put people down, that's for sure.
Morning, Mrs. Armstrong.
Wayne, kick that over for me, darling, would you? Well, see your father's got wise for you. New manager for the stud.
Oh, that. It was getting too hectic for me. I wanted to concentrate more on my private investments.
Rubbish. Well, your father's no fool, Wayne, and neither am I. I mean, the number of times I've seen you down at the yacht club during the day, I wonder when the work had got done.
But he's not having much luck.
No, should have known better. Thank you, dear.
I better be off. See you.
See you.
What's he after?
I don't know.
He's a little con man. It's very funny seeing him try, though. All he needs is a lot of good hard work. Just like you. 10 laps.
Lunch break. Feel like a beer? You look so surprised. Look, I haven't been easy on you, but
I can handle it.
All I'm suggesting is that we'll get on a lot better if we stop competing with each other.
Fair enough.
Good. About that beer. Oh, there's a party on tomorrow night. Why don't you come? Meet a few people.
At your place? Your mum would have kittens.
She told me to ask you.
Yeah, sure.
No, she did. Look, I can get it in writing if you like. It's forgive and forget time.
You can get it in writing. Why the change?
Why not? Like I said, truce.
Okay. A written invitation, then I'll come.
I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. And I'm not feeling very energetic.
I know there's something else to it, but if she is changing her mind, it's exactly what I've wanted.
Why? Are you taking up masochism?
I have to get to know more about her. She is my mother.
Your mother is in Melbourne. Patricia Hamilton stopped being your mother the day she walked out of this house.
Aunt Fiona, I agree with you. I don't even like her. That doesn't stop me wanting to see if there's something more to her.
You just ruined a work of art. Ow.
Absolutely delighted, Mrs. Armstrong. We should have a wonderful night. I've invited the Spencers, too. You know them, of course. They've... No, I won't keep you. Thank you very much for calling. Bye-bye. You were behind that?
I told you not to give up.
You're brilliant.
I know. Drink. There's one last touch, though. We invite Scott Edwards.
Oh, Wayne, sometimes your sense of humour defeats me.
I'm not joking. Angela feels awkward with him around. I just can't help thinking it could come in useful, that's all.
I hope you know what you're doing. All right, invite him.
You got some spare invitations? Good. Let's put it in writing. We don't want him to think we're bad-mannered, do we?
You're Mr. and Mrs. Palmer?
Yes.
My God. How old are you two kids? Oh, wowee. If only I were 20 years younger.
What?
Oh, wishful thinking.
Well, I'm going for a walk before it gets dark. You want to come?
No, I'll attempt to finish this. You might have to untie me by the time you get back.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
I still don't know anything about you. Apart from you being the same Aunt Fiona I always knew.
Isn't that enough?
I guess so. Hey, how did you get those people in Melbourne to keep quiet about me? They must have known who I was.
Style and natural charm. I'll put it all in my memoirs. And you can have the first autograph copy before it's confiscated. The sun will be gone if you don't hurry up.
Be back in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Love is very strange. It can come and go. It can happen when you are young or old. When it comes from nowhere. When it comes, it changes your